Hello everyone. This is Rohit Kapoor, the valuation guy for both World Bank, ADB, and many international bodies. Well, first of all, let me explain what valuation is, how the banking systems is related to valuation, how the government is being valuated, and what are the benefits of getting valuation. This topic will not be long, but I hope that people who do not know what international valuation is and what multilateral valuation is will definitely benefit from this. This topic I do not think anybody has ever discussed, but let me first of all help those people who are into valuation field. You can definitely purchase a valuation software. It is hardly less than $20 and less than 1,500 rupees. So the link of that Valuer software is given below in the description. Go try and purchase. You will be helpful to yourself, and it is a lifelong purchase. This will help everybody who is in the field of valuation. Thank you. Let me start how the international banks work. First, the international banks are working on the projects as they are guiding streams to many main bank or the reserve banks of the world, like Reserve Bank of India, the uh, Central Bank of America, the Chinese bank, Bank of China, State Bank of India, as well as many other big and large banks. How do these banks help in the retailing system is they infuse grants and also help them in the times they need the money uh, for doing the various projects. And these projects are mostly sometimes funded by the government, and they have a backing of various government which deposit the money to World Bank and gives grants to World Bank. In turn, these banks uh, return them as loans and doing various projects, they give them grants. Is this clear now to you how these banks work? First, like there are different various banks, say Indian government or China government or Bank of America or the European Union or the United Kingdom. They are first depositing their grants, giving favors to the World Bank to operate in a unilateral scenario, and this money has been infused in these banks to help the people worldwide. Humanity is taken into consideration to help everyone, and not just in times of crisis, but in times of helpful, in times of good times, or you can say when the government is working. Uh, these people also help. These banks also help. So this is how the banking system is working. Now, what is evaluation? Evaluation is done in these bank, multilateral bank, say of any country, say Thailand or say United Kingdom or say China or Russia, even say Pakistan or Saudi Arabia. Their evaluation is done on the amount they have given, loan amount or the project grant they have given to the project or the bank. These people have given a particular grant or infused money into a particular project. For example, in say metro rail, say a World Bank or a governing body has given uh, 10 million dollars for starting the metro rail or any rail system in a particular country. How the evaluation is done is the person is chosen from a group of consultant, that this will be the particular consultant who will be helping to monitor and evaluate on the aspect which, say, the 10 million loan has been given. Now, the $10 million loan, supposedly it has been given to any project, a rail project or a metro rail project, how it is being evaluated. There is a chart, there are set standards of systems in which the known person or a consultant has the power to exercise and give the evaluation uh, on the various points. It is a point system basically 10, 20, 30. Each points has been given that how the funding has been governed by the governing authority from the consultant or the representative of the bank. The duty of that particular consultant is not just the physical verification along with the photograph, but they also do a little bit of market research in this field. The market research comprises that the amount spent, the records have been checked that the amount has spent have been given to various, not just local agencies, but how the distribution has been done to various international bodies. Say, country like Thailand or say India have given project to various other companies which are in the pool of these multilateral banks, say Italy or say Russian or Spanish or Japan. So these multilateral bodies also see that the amount has been distributed to particular segments. It is not just going to see that this has been given to a particular local authority and the authority has taken all the money and has infused this money into various projects. The aspects are like these bodies, they check that the proper spent and utilization has been given so that the humanity works, not just particular local body is working. And in the return, if the whole humanity, which is gaining from these multilateral banks, check also that these have been done into proper profitable manner in which they are also getting a return or refund. This is the evaluation report made. Now, second point is how do the retail banking system works in the construction, land, or the projects which we have in any government. The first part has been ended. Now we are coming how the retail banking valuation has been doing in any government, say India government, say government of Pakistan, government of Bhutan, government of China, USA government, Europe, anywhere. How mostly it is the same, more or less the same. The basic principle or the template may differ, but the basic principle on the retail banking is the criteria is the circle rate, the local rates which have been governed by the district magistrate or what we call the local collector. This is the particular thing which any retail banking checks. First of all, the retail banking formulas are there, though to be very precise, they are 1.24 to 1.64 in the median range. You have to multiply the circle rate into 1.24 to 1.64 mostly to get the fair market value. But the fair market value also differs from the sale price you are being offered. Say a particular person called X purchased land at the circle rate of $100,000, but he's been offered a sale price or he's been getting $300,000 on the same. So the fair market value may range in excess of $200,000. It also depends upon your opinion, being a valuer, you say, or a valuation person, how to value in the retail banking system. The retail banking system is not only monitored by the reserve banks of particular countries, but it is also overall mortgaged and taken care by various authorities, both in the government sector and as well in the local authorities, which you call you know, which you can call a city, state, or territory, or a county system. So these things work like this. The collector is also responsible for making the valuation circle rates, because he see how much improvement has been done in the particular area. For example, a city which is not a local city, which is a new come up city or a town which was not having buses, get buses in that particular city. So it will be the duty of the district magistrate or the district collector to increase the circle rate in terms of the facilities offered to the people. It is not that the old rates will prevail. He will have to clarify the rates. Now, coming to the valuation systems of different countries, which is my topic, and as an international valuer, I have been doing this valuation for countries like Oman, Canada, Australia, Saudi Arabia, United Kingdom. Unfortunately, I did very less for United States, but yes, I tell you very frankly that it has been my pleasure working with countries like Oman, which have a very clear photographic image and GIS images along with the survey done for the particular land or a plot of land or a residential building, which is a pleasure for me to work in outside of a country like Oman, but work for valuation works. Then again, for country like United Kingdom, I worked for countries, United Kingdom, offering various services to uh, the sale price and mortgage of different hotels, as well as different types of people who offer me services to value their land. The importance being that you can check the they have a software called uh, mapping softwares, which are easily traceable to any particular land or area which has been clearly divided in the UK system. It has been clearly divided like Neomax or the map system. So Nimbus maps are there. It is a very good software provided called Nimbus Maps. Nimbus Maps, you can see the valuation of previous valuations as well, which has been done for the same property, as well as they are marked for that particular area in the United Kingdom. They have marked how these things can be done in the UK county region or the city area. So this is how the valuation works in the United Kingdom. In Nepal, I have done a valuation for Nepal. They're very concise and very comprehensive, you can say detailed report and valuation works in terms of land, building a plant, and even they also trace the template which they have. They have a government template which they use in Nepal. So the Nepal valuation is also very comprehensive and very descriptive. These countries I have worked. I have also worked for countries like Australia, in which the valuation comes through certain software. They use particular kind of software which is like particular valuation software in which the valuation purpose is solving. Lastly, as a person who is residing in India, unfortunately, in my city, you call Lucknow, we are not having that clear cut valuer or a circle rate even. This is, the corruption in Uttar Pradesh government and the local corruption in Lucknow has evolved so much that it is very difficult to find the circle rate on the government site itself. If you are checking the sub registrar office at Lucknow or the local office, it is very difficult. But for me, it is easy to find a circle rate or a valuer rate in United Kingdom or Oman or Australia, even in Canada. If I look at the Canada valuation, we are doing valuation for property, even including different plant and machinery. They have a particular set of system. Some of the Canadian valuers use a particular software. Some do not use a particular software. It depends upon the client you are having. Banks, they have previous rates of doing valuation in the software. So these are the things which I have really and in reality worked upon, and so this is how it happens. But unfortunately, coming to my local city, which is called Lucknow, I have only seen the corruption, and that is what I can say. Comparing to Delhi, in which Delhi or say Maharashtra or other cities of India, in which you get a very clear cut circle rate just going on clicking on the website of the local city. You are not getting that much here in Lucknow. The Lucknow, it is a criminal city, and there are a lot of criminal in the governments. So that is what I have to say. That it is a crime city who is thriving on various small thieves, and they come and start working in the government, and that is what happens in Lucknow. But in other countries or in other cities, even in say Delhi or say even in Punjab or even in Maharashtra, they are very clear cut. You see any other state of the India government, it is very clear, absolutely paperless, and very nice to view that circle rate or even the common circle values, in which you can negotiate or alter accordingly, and the valuer gets his even a common people can get these things in India. Except for my city, which I do valuation mostly, there are sites in India as central government releases per monthly reports on city to city valuation. They have a charted various cities in India in which they release certain norms which are into the valuation system. So this is how the valuation system works. And comparing to international valuation to India valuation, very clearly you can say India has a different variety of things in the banking system. Some banking systems say this person has been doing clear cut valuation, so he must be given a chance to do more valuation without regards to his qualifications or whatever his field is. But since he has been doing valuation, he should be continued into the valuation stream. I have seen people. One is Mr. Ahmed Khan. He was working for last 20 to 30 years in the valuation field itself, having his own office in nearby Hazratganj area in Lucknow. So he was not having much qualification. He was simply a diploma in engineering. I think he was a diploma in civil engineering, and he slowly goes in the 30 years he has done valuation for many banks. And he was not even registered in any authority, but yes, I think he was registered with one of the associations of the valuation field. So this is how the valuation has evolved. Lastly, licensing system in both the multilateral banks and the government banks in India. I would like to very clearly tell you that unfortunately in India there is no licensing authority. While they have given chances to people like MRICS in valuation or American Society, if you are registered in American Society of Valuation, or if you are even registered with the Australian Society of Valuation, the Indian government does give you a fair chance to value and act as a valuer. Similarly, is things go on with the Australia as well as the authorities in different countries. If you have already been doing some valuation works or you are a chartered engineer, even if you are having some valuation association, you are a member of some valuation valuer association, you get a fair chance to do valuation. But it is not a very big task to do valuation, even of a construction or a level site. If you can do estimation, definitely you can do valuation. That's not a big of an area. You don't need any more qualifications for doing a great amount of valuation if you are good in value engineering, cost engineering, and you are good in doing making estimates. You should be good in making estimates. You should be making good in making a cost engineering. You should be good in value engineering. And there are various branches which are debarred from doing valuation. One is computer science branch. There, I think that there are very few people who are into the computer science branch doing the valuation because it's not a very much skill amount. There's a different skill. Computer science is basically into the programming area. Similarly, electronics engineer, they are mostly into the manufacturing or the networking diagram area. So in engineering, if you say these are deeper, but coming to other fields or other sources of people who have been doing valuation. Yes, lawyers have been there. I've seen lawyers who have a commerce background, they can do a valuation. If you have passed maths in your graduation, even if you are a arts graduate or commerce graduate and you had maths, you can definitely do a valuation if you are doing it confidently. Lastly, how do the companies go around valuation? It is very straightforward. I am, and it's a different, not much difference altogether. There are companies like Coilers, Collers, Coilers, CBRE, CBRE, and PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst and Young, and various companies which do take valuation for various type, and they engage their professional or their employee. A company is different from a single entity. If you're doing a single entity valuation, then you must have either some qualification to do valuation work, or you should have something which you can continue in your stream of line. See, I'm basically an industrial engineer, but I do valuation both for plant and machinery as well as for property, as well as for gem and jewelry, because I have been trained in gem and jewelry for last several years. I have been seeing the jewelry segment and these things which I am confident of doing evaluation for. Then again, if you see the business valuation is also done by me. These things are practical. I have say around 15 plus years into valuation itself. So different authorities come to me. As for my company name, Navy International, it has differently registered. I registered myself with I think 4 or 5 bodies, including one UK body and 2 India body, one Hong Kong body. So there is are things which come to me as a valuation person in business valuation. I do equity valuation, which is fortunately my field. And it is to be very clear that a chartered accountant can also do a valuation for equity, stocks, and the goods you hold in terms of your business. A chartered accountant doing auditing is definitely eligible for doing a valuation in different types of field if he is confident in respect of things he can take. So a chartered engineer or a chartered accountant can definitely do any type of valuation work, not just multilateral banks, but they can do any type of retail banking or even client to client valuation as well. This is what I have to say. These days of startup, the valuation being done for a startup company, I welcome these as well. A startup valuation is far more difficult from business valuation because you have to see the future. You have to value the company on the future, not on the present basis as well, but what the sales might be deriving or how much market research can you do. It is both technically and in reality both very complex. So doing evaluation for a startup is a little bit complex for I think most of the valuers, those who are taking this part. And this is what I have been doing. I think in this 25 minutes or so, I have covered all the topics and all the work area which I have been doing. I hope you can definitely buy the Valuer software, which is hardly anything. It's less than even $20, and it is for you for lifetime. It mostly consists of Excel templates and a few softwares I have also introduced in them so that the valuer don't feel left around. And I hope that you will definitely. I thank you for your time, and if you are listening to this, any topic has been left over, you can comment on this section. Do comment what has been left and what is your question. I'll try and reply to you. That is it. I have given you again the link for to purchase the Valuer software, which is you can say a service or whatever the things I can do from my side is for you. It has been years people have gathered these templates, these things from world around, and it is for you at less than $20. So if you can purchase this software, it will be good for you for lifetime, not just use and throw or anything. It is for your lifetime. I hope and give you best of luck. Thank you. Bye bye.